I've got to be honest with you. I really take no joy in doing this final video of the day. I promised you three, and this one, I think it's, I think it's very sad. Has Candace Owens, are we watching a person literally go through an honest breakdown before our eyes? Does there need to be an intervention here? Does this woman need some serious, real help? Pastor Marty, and this is the Afternoon Drive, third edition for this Friday. Please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's the way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the Afternoon Drive. Candace Owens has been a controversial figure ever since she got involved in the conservative aspect of politics. Now, back in 2016, she got on the Trump train. She and several young Black Americans were at the White House right after Donald Trump became the president, and she launched her own podcast career. She was with Ben Shapiro. They had a falling out. She went on her own. And I don't agree with everything that Candace has ever said, but I like the fact that she was an independent thinker. She had obvious convictions and a core set of ideals which she staunchly stood by. And I'm not a regular watcher or follower of Candace Owens, but was certainly appreciative of the voice that she added to many of the causes that I also hold near and dear. But the assassination of Charlie Kirk really seems to have put her over the edge. Now, let me just say, for full disclosure, there are aspects of the official explanation behind what happened with Charlie Kirk that even I find troubling. And I think I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I haven't had the time or the energy on this particular issue to really just do a deep dive into it. Certain things, caught my attention as they were carrying him away. I kind of thought, for a man who's just been shot in the neck, wouldn't there be more blood? But some of these people that are overanalyzing everything, look, right there, his chief of staff is just kind of standing around doing nothing. Sometimes when a traumatic event has just happened in front of you, some people don't know how to react. Some people overreact, some people underreact, some people don't react. They just freeze up and stand there. So, we have to be careful of this. But Candace Owens has taken this to a delusional level. She's now accusing the President of the United States. Don't take my word for it. She just posted this on her website. She's getting ready to take a much-needed vacation. Yes, please, take a vacation and take a therapist with you.
Just had to...
27th.
The 27th. We'll be back on Monday. Full steam ahead. Just really needed to just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them?
What?
Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like, that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like Holiday in a boulevard. And it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town.
Am I missing something there? Did she just accuse what I believe she just accused of? After all, once they kill you, they give you a holiday. They name a street after you. What, Trump was done with him, so he got to go? Do you hear what she's saying? Alex Jones was on Tucker Carlson the other night. And we all know the trials of Alex Jones right now. And Tucker kept having him, re-go over, all the litigation and, where things are at and the fact that they're trying to bankrupt this man. Not just take his platforms away and his microphone away, but literally bankrupt and break this guy. They've even sued his parents to get their home, their money, etc. And all this because after the Sandy Hook shootings, he had an opinion. You didn't have to like the opinion, have to agree with the opinion. You could have even thought, what an insensitive to say that when these parents are grieving. I personally do find it interesting that some of the so-called people that were being interviewed, we've seen them interviewed for other crises before. There was a little of that there, just saying. But we know that Alex took it to a whole level, basically calling the whole thing a psyop to the point that it didn't happen. Well, I believe it happened. I believe children actually died. I don't necessarily believe in the narrative we've been told as to why and how it happened. But that's that. See, and Tucker kept saying, I cannot believe that this is America. They're trying to destroy you over something you said. And that's where I would say to Tucker, well, it's obvious why they're trying to destroy him. He was over the target. He may not have had every point right, but somehow he was so close to that target that the government is sending a clear message. Even with Donald Trump's people now running the Department of Justice, there are still Democrats and Obama people in there that have told Pam Bondi, you gotta let us have Alex Jones. And they're still going after him hot and heavy because he was over the target. And they can't have that. And they want the rest of media, don't care if you're liberal media, conservative media, whatever, don't you ever again come this close to telling the truth about something. Which, by and large, Tucker needs to be careful over the things he's doing with his 9/11 series. But even Alex Jones said that, yeah, there's things about the Charlie Kirk murder that he looks at it and he says, I don't know if that adds up. But he said, for the most part, he said, I accept the official statement and I do believe the guy that they say did it, did it. That's Alex Jones. You haven't got a bigger, quote unquote, conspiracy guy within the far right movement than him. But now you got Candace Owens out there saying it's all fake. Trump, Israel, somebody had him taken out. And everybody at Turning Point's just playing along. That would include Erica, his wife, his widow. And I know I've read some things that, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. As a pastor, I have counseled and been with hundreds, and I mean that, hundreds and hundreds of people during crises, times of grief, times of loss. And I can tell you this, everybody processes grief differently. I have never seen two people handle it the same way. And I do believe that Erica is one of those people that is dealing with not only grief, but shock. Have we forgotten about that word shock? Because it's obvious Candace is still in some type of mourning shock. And, I have to wonder, I won't even go there. That's not right. But Erica, his widow, well, she's accepting awards on Charlie's behalf, and she's giving speeches, and now she's running the organization. Sometimes, again, when you're in shock, I was in a horrific car accident. And as soon as they unstrapped me, I tried to get out. And of course, the paramedics were like, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, no, I can walk. I'm fine. Now, the truth is I was banked, but the adrenaline and the shock had me moving. I think there's a part of this that it's shock related. Young widow, trying to process, how am I going to raise these children without my husband? I've lost the love of my life. I had, my whole life was set. I thought I knew how everything was going to be. And I think there's shock. I think also the way she's handling the trauma and the grief of this is, I need to make Charlie proud of me. I don't want my husband to have died in vain. And I want to make sure that everything he started gets finished and that his work means something and his work goes on. Now, has she had her moment where she's really fallen apart and lost it and needs a little time by herself? I don't know. I'm not close to them. I hope that there is a pastor or someone there that's ready, because at some point that will happen for her if it hasn't happened yet. But Candace Owens is now basically saying that even Erica is in on it. And I ask again, it's Candace Owens. She's lost it, and she needs help.